Good day and welcome to all of those on our webinar today. This is Joe Reilly, President of National Drug Screening. Also have with me Tom Fulmer, our Vice President of Business Development. Tom's going to be taking over most of the webinar content today, but I just wanted to give a little introduction about our business support portal powered by National Drug Screening and Joe Reilly and Associates Consulting. This is an enhanced product that we are offering to the industry in order to help folks grow their business, increase their revenue, get started in the business, or continuing to maintain the business. There are a ton of resources that are going to be available, that are available on this web portal, and it is dynamic. We're adding stuff every week to get more resources available. Those resources are going to include information that you could read over, videos that you can watch, trainings, checklists, templates, all types of things that Tom will kind of highlight. So I want to welcome everybody that's participating in today's webinar. We've worked with many of you in the past and looking forward to continue to work with you moving forward. I get the question all the time is how can we get more support from you, Joe? And this is coming out of that question. This is a way that we can give you more support for your business and help you to grow your business. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tom. We're going to be jumping back and forth a little bit and let Tom start out with the basics for the business support portal.
Absolutely. Thank you, Joe, and I appreciate everyone that's come on and taken their time today to commit to expanding, growing their business, expanding their knowledge. Anyone who's ever heard Joe speak, his big philosophy is knowledge is power, and he's absolutely correct about that. The more knowledge and expertise that you can tap into, the more effective you're going to be, especially if you can learn from both the successes and challenges of other people without having to go through all those issues yourself. The Business Support Portal is essentially a knowledge base, a repository of information. It goes beyond just simple how-tos, though. As Joe mentioned, it does have training videos, templates, webinars, checklists, a variety of different things that we're going to preview many of those things with you today. We will be able to take live questions at the end today in case you have specific questions. But you do have the questions box in the GoToWebinar control panel, and both Joe and myself will be monitoring that during the presentation today to answer your questions either when you ask them or at the end of that time frame. So the first thing is how do you get to the Business Support Portal? And you can see the web address here. If you should be able to see my screen. It's NDS for National Drug Screening, so ndsadmin.com. And that's the Business Support Portal address. This is simply the login page. So if you're not yet a member of the Business Support Portal, you haven't joined that, I'm going to go through what the levels are as far as what access you have. And then once we go through that, I'm going to share with you actually what the knowledge base looks like, some of the categories, some of the resources that are available within those categories, and how even you can contribute to that and request additional resources if you are a member of the Business Support Portal. So if you scroll just to the bottom here, you'll be able to see it right on my screen. For those of you who are looking at it by the screen, you may not be able to see this, so open on your second screen or you can go to it at another time. These are the different levels of access. So we came up with some membership options based on all of the requests we've had over the years helping drug testing providers grow their business or start a business. So some of those wanted to have just access to forms and templates and how-to videos. They wanted to be able to go to look up information on their own whenever they had time. And so we came up with a level called our Bronze Support Portal Access, which is just strictly knowledge base only. It doesn't include any consulting or some of the training programs that are external to what's in the knowledge base. What it does include, and it's $200 a year. It's a very affordable. It's a great value. You'll find the value just in the time savings of having to create templates, how to get quick answers to issues, things along those lines. What it does include is access to most of the knowledge base. There's a few things that will be restricted to silver level and gold level, and I'll go over that in just a moment. But you can see you have access to how-to videos, editable forms and templates, checklists, on-demand webinars that we have done in the past. You'll have access to some of those, some of the training programs that we have. In fact, I just uploaded, I believe, about 3 hours of sales basics training, 3 different training sessions, sales basics 101, 102, 103, just today alone. So you have quite a bit of information there. Laboratory panel descriptions from some of the major labs. So if you need to figure out what drug test panel would include certain drugs you need for a client, you can go through the time to contact the lab, wait for them to contact you back, or you can simply go here and just search for it and you'll find it. I mean, I think there's, I don't know, Joe, I think there was like 500 panel descriptions in here last time I looked between LabCorp, Quest, Alere. I think we have some more being added to for CRL and eScreen. And we may even have a couple more that are going to be added from there.
Yeah, there's lots and lots of panels
Yeah.
that you can take a look at, see what drugs are being offered under that panel, see what the cutoff levels are, because sometimes you have a client asking for something and you just don't even know what lab to go to or even how to ask for it. So this is a great resource just on the panels alone.
Yeah, exactly. Then we also have some business systems training, and that means you can think of that kind of as your operations as well as software tools and industry tools. The sales and marketing, that's always popular. Everybody wants sales and marketing, but they sometimes forget the business systems that you have to support that. So we have some information in there. And then you also, as a member, you get access to some of our white label services. This is across the membership levels. You're going to have at some point where if you're providing drug testing services, they're going to ask, your clients are going to ask for additional services. They're going to say, well, can you do training for me? Or can you recommend somebody that does training? Can you write a drug-free workplace policy? And this came up several years ago because we had people that we were working with to help them grow their business, and they specialize in, for instance, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration policies. They were good with that. They understood that. But then they started getting calls once the Federal Railroad Administration came out with their maintenance of way program and service employees, which they've added. You know, they didn't know anything about that, but they had clients asking for it. And so they started reaching out to us. So what we did is we created white label policies for all the different DOT modes, including Coast Guard, all of the drug-free workplace programs for states, the voluntary law states, which there's quite a few of those, where there's workers' comp discounts involved. And then, of course, just standard non-DOT testing. And being able to keep up with providing policies to your customers is very important because of changing laws, especially with marijuana and a couple of other things, are regularly changing. So we provide this as a white label service where you can have an interview with your customer, provide that information to us. We provide you the policy draft, which you review or share with your customer. And then we actually put together the policy manual and all that and allow you to deliver that to your customer. So it's a great value as an additional revenue stream because usually the policies you're getting paid up front. So before you even buy it from us, you've already been paid. You've already made your money. So it's a very profitable endeavor. Same thing with the white label training. A couple of years ago, we came up with a training portal called My Drug Test Training. This gives you access to some things with that and how to sell that, where you can sell a variety of courses. You can buy them in bulk and then resell them. It gives you a profit margin for that. And again, all of our membership levels get access to that program. So that's the $200 per year. A great value, as you can see, just from the things we've just talked about. You can literally make your money back in one sale, maybe 2 sales, just from the information here, let alone the time savings and the opportunity cost of researching and creating your own templates, that kind of stuff, which takes you out of operating your business, takes you out of serving your customers, and things along those lines. I'm going to hit a couple of questions before I move on, just because it came up, but you'll see some of the answers to your questions as we get into the knowledge base. There was a question about lab panels. Does that include hair and nails? Yes. Urine testing, oral fluid testing, hair testing, nail testing. We have panel descriptions for all those. Again, it's not going to have every single panel for every single lab that exists, but we are adding those regularly as we come across them or see the need for them. And we do have access to all the ones I mentioned, plus like Psychomedics, Omega, USDTL, and a few others. And so we continue to add those. Obviously, that's kind of time intensive because there's thousands of panels out there. But yes, if there's ones you look for, I'm actually going to share with you in just a minute. If you don't find something you're looking for, how you can simply ask us, and that gets prioritized to get added to the knowledge base. So great question on that. Other quick question was, do you offer employee onboarding in your portal as well? So employee onboarding, if you're probably need a little bit more clarification on that. So if you can come back to that at the live Q&A at the end, I'll be sure to address that for you. And anything as far as pricing on any of the trainings and things like that, we can discuss that at the end. So great question on that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next level. So the next level came about because we had people that we were working with that said, hey, we have issues that come up sometimes. Can we just call you and ask a question? And these were ones like collection sites. A lot of it was collection related issues or just some operational issues, how it applies to the regulations along those lines. So we came up with this because we have a very good customer support team, very, very knowledgeable. All of our customer support team goes through regular ongoing training. Even the ones that don't do collections have gone through collector training, proficiency demonstrations, and they do recurrent training on all of this, plus training on all the regulations, things along those lines. So with this level, we gave an inclusion to be able to call into our customer support team to get those quick questions answered. Whether it's, I've got this situation with a donor, what do I need to do? Where can I find the regulation that tells me this? What steps should I take? How should I notify the DER? A variety of different things just to have that ability to call somebody very quickly. Well worth the monthly fee for that. It's $100 per month, but it gets you access to the full knowledge base. Plus you get that. And in addition, we threw in another little bit of a bonus. We do additional training programs that aren't in the knowledge base, that aren't just recorded in there. And you get discounts on those particular training programs for yourself and for your staff. Also, if ones we conduct for you. So for your clients, you can actually hire myself or Joe. We do training on a variety of drug testing industry topics where we can come in and do training for your clients under your brand for that. So we have some discounts tied in with that as well. So that and the phone support are really the two additions that you get for the silver membership. So the full knowledge base plus that. With each membership level, you do get a few additional knowledge base articles and more in-depth training in a few areas, which I'll touch on those as we go by. And then the last one I'm going to go over before we actually jump into the knowledge base itself is the gold membership. And, again, we're very upfront. Everybody who knows us knows we're really upfront with everything we do and how we do things. We work on giving the best value we can. So we had people asking questions that really got into more of consulting about their specific business. They weren't about the industry in general, but specific issues they were needing to have addressed. Whether it was growth, whether it was operation, whether it was sales and marketing, whether it was working with their employees or hiring people or optimizing their website. Those kind of in-depth questions require more time. And they just needed somebody to call from time to time to be able to talk to them and say, hey, here's what I've got going on, help me out with that. So we came out with this gold membership level that not only includes everything in the other two levels, including the call-in support for your team and the discounts on training programs, but also you get a 1-hour monthly coaching call. And that's really, the topic is up to you. It's whatever you need assistance with. And that's a very, very powerful tool in and of itself because that can save you a ton of money. And again, you make additional 1 to 2 sales a month. You're well paying for this and making a profit. And that's what it's designed to do for the person who's looking for fast results. They're serious about growing their business and they're ready to do what's necessary to make it successful. So that's what we included. And in addition to that, we included free access for our gold members for all of our live training webinars for themselves and their team members. So every live training webinar that we do 3 to 5 a month, kind of on average through there. And your team gets access to those as long as you have your gold membership in place. And there's no cost to you for that. Whereas with the silver, you get some discounts on that. You get a 50% discount on those trainings. It's actually included with the gold membership. So if you take advantage of it, which you really should, because knowledge is power. And if you're not learning something new every day, then you're probably falling behind. So that's kind of where this came into play. So we also have some additional consulting programs that we do, some additional marketing programs where we do hands-on. We even come on site to do that, and you get some discounts on some of those as well. Joe, did you have anything you wanted to add on any of these membership levels, before we move into the knowledge base itself?
Yeah, just a couple of things on the silver membership. The call-in phone support. You mentioned, Tom, collection issues come up quite a bit, but also random testing questions come up quite a bit,
Right.
and that's something. We have Jenna Reed in our randoms department who does such a super job with randoms and knows them in and out. Or you can call me, or you can call Tom if you've got an issue with randoms. Something comes up. What do I do? I had one of our members call me the other day about, does a canceled test count as a random? Does a refused test count as a random? So those type of things, um, really valuable support, and even sales questions also. The other thing on the gold membership, I just wanted to mention, very valuable, that 1 hour monthly coaching call. As a matter of fact, I had one of our members yesterday. They had asked, could we use our 1 hour monthly coaching call to have you train our salespeople on drug testing? Sure, why not? You can use that 1 hour monthly coaching call for whatever you need. So this one organization has 9 salespeople, and we spend an hour going over with them the ins and outs of drug testing. And they've been doing this for quite a bit. They're actually a background screen provider primarily. But at the end of it, they were so appreciative because even though a lot of it was very basic, they said they learned an enormous amount and it was extremely valuable to them. So with the gold membership, it's definitely more money, but if you use it and take advantage of it, you have access to me, access to Tom, access to our support team, our randoms team, and you can get a great value out of it with fast results.
Yeah, and that's a great point on that, Joe. And that's the reason that we did that is because, there's a lot of programs out there. I've been involved in training and coaching for many, many years, as Joe has as well. And, there's always these programs and things like that that cover one type of topic, and that's all you have access to. We didn't want that to be the case. So whether it's randoms, whether it's operational sales or team training on that, it can be used any way that you want it to, which is something we felt was going to give you the most value for that. So great points on that, Joe. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to log into the knowledge base. So once you've actually joined, if you click on any one of the options, it'll allow you to join. And then once you go to login, and I'm going to log in as basically a gold member here. So there's certain things I'm not going to open up, and I'll tell you what's in there. But you'll be able to see what you'll have access to as far as all the categories. So you get your username and password, and then we're going to go ahead and log back out of that. I apologize, I logged into the wrong one. So let me do this one more time. There we go. So you're going to see all of the categories. So it's going to come up to be a knowledge base. So not only do you have categories, but you also have a very good search feature. So anything that you're looking to search for, you can search there. You've also got a drop down so you can search for something within specific categories. So if you want to search for something specific within sales and marketing, such as templates, you can simply click on the box, and then it's going to only search that one category. So you do have some details, and we're constantly improving this. We always look for feedback and how we can make everything better, continue to add new content. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. So these are the categories that we have set up for you currently, and most of the things that we come across fit into these categories. Some things we may put in multiple categories because it may apply in multiple places, so that way you can access it more readily. So alcohol testing, collections or collection issues, documents, forms, flowcharts. We also have templates in there, and you can see the number in each one of these. And some of these articles have multiple things within that particular page, so it's not limited to just like one item. And you'll get to see that as we open that in there. We have one on DOT testing. We also have one on FMCSA clearinghouse. We got a lot of questions on that, and there's also some revenue opportunities for you as a provider as far as clearinghouse services go. The drug-free workplace policies, the white label policies, that kind of thing in there. The drug panels, you can see right now we have 295 panels in there right now. And I know we have probably another 200 to 300 that are currently being uploaded and added. So those are added over time. We have another one on the clearinghouse here. I think these will be combined. I think they're in the process of combining that. We just made a few changes and improvements to the knowledge base. A helpful links, and I'm going to go over that in a little bit more detail in just a minute. We have quite a few people using the i3 Screen platform. So we actually have a lot of training videos we put in there that we custom created for that, on how to run memorandums, how to run reports, all kind of things, lots of videos and things. I'll just show you what that looks like in a minute. The industry training, so on the drug testing industry itself, and how you fit within that. Of course, sales and marketing. We have sales videos. This is a new category I literally just created today, where we're separating out the video. So I'll be moving more videos into here as well. And you'll get to see kind of what that looks like. Software and productivity tools, some tools you might want to use. I think somebody mentioned CRM, a client relationship management system. That actually is in our software and productivity tools. We have a few different ones, and we can always recommend that. And we do have some additional services to help you set that up if that makes sense to you. And then we have editable templates. So ones you can just take and put your logo on it, your name, your branding. A lot of these are in a Word document format. I can do other formats, but most people have that. But we can also create templates in the formats of PowerPoint or Publisher, Adobe, things along those lines. If we have enough requests for it, we can do it different formats. It's just easy for most people to edit, so we try to make that as simple as possible. And then we have something for our gold members. It only shows 2 articles, but that actually is 2 whole categories of articles within that. And then some additional training consulting articles here. And the articles really are not just individual items, but it's a whole descriptive thing, which you'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and touch on a couple of these. And then Joe, if there's any ones you want me to prioritize, let me know. If there's ones that any of you listening want to see more of or have questions about, just go ahead and pop that in the questions box, and I'll be happy to answer that for you.
Hey, Tom, before you do that,
Yep.
I think the search functionality is really cool. Let's just try a couple of examples. If you could try Shy Bladder. So Shy Bladder comes up all the time with DERs and what they can do and what they should do. And so we've got some great information here on the Shy Bladder, as well as forms, the Shy Bladder log for collectors, the Shy Bladder for physician referral form, and a very comprehensive Shy Bladder guide that you could download and then share with your DERs that you support.
Yeah, and you can. Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, when you click on it from the search, it just takes you right to the page, and then you have your breadcrumbs to be able to get right back to where you were.
Yeah, and you can also always download that information. Also, you see the download button right there. So I think that's important to point out. So you could take that guide and just send it to your customer. The other example, maybe, Tom, would be policy. So you've got a lot here about, how to create a policy, how to access our white label program where we write the policies for you. We charge you a small fee, and you can mark it up to whatever you want. I mean, you could make your membership back on one policy. So that's a great resource there.
Yeah, somebody asked about seeing a sample document. So here's one of these. You have the option to download that. Sometimes we make the downloads will be a PDF. Sometimes they'll be an editable document. It depends on what what type it is. So from right here, you can actually preview it, and it lets you scroll through the pages. So if it's a guide, you might have multiple pages here that you can look through and see what it is. And of course, if I click on the download file, you'll be able to see on my screen. It's going to come up right here. And I have it set to open in a window just to make it easy for you. And you notice this is actually a fillable document. So when we do PDF, sometimes we'll do that. So when you download it, it's ready to go to create as many as you want. So this is a drug-free workplace policy questionnaire. So if we were writing a policy for you or for your customer, This is what you would download. You put all their information in, and then this would get sent to us, and that would be the basis for us to write the policy. And of course, you can download it and have all your options there. So yeah. If there's any particular documents we show you here, and you want to see kind of a preview of it, you can just pop that in the questions. I'll be happy to show you those. So very simple process there. So all of these aren't available in this. All of these categories that you see here, except for the gold membership level, are available in all three membership levels. I think that was a question that someone had. So yes, you get access to all of these categories. With the silver and gold, you do get a couple of additional categories that are geared more toward operational business development, things that are geared toward a little bit larger, a company there. So alcohol testing, we have a few different things here. We're constantly adding these. So we have frequently asked questions, which is a whole list of frequently asked questions. I believe these are currently being added in. We've actually just changed over our system in some of the things we're doing, but you can see questions there, questions and answers, links to more answers for you as well. You can actually download this as a document to share with your team as a PDF. So if you want to have something ready to answer questions, so alcohol testing frequently asked questions, for instance. Information on alcohol straining devices. So sometimes you'll see just links here that give you some recommendations. So we do have some of those mixed in there as well. And then here's one, for instance, here's our webinar training telling you the difference between ETG and alcohol testing. So, knowing the difference, a lot of times people get confused on that. And anytime that we find that people get confused on topics, or they're not clear on when they should sell one versus the other, what are the benefits of one versus the other, what are the things you've got to be aware of one versus the other, we try to put some type of video or comparison guide in there, as you can see right there. And then we can jump over here to collections. I'm going to hit kind of all these just so you can get an idea of what's in each of these. I'm not going to open all of the different categories, but if there's one that you would like to see, I'm happy to do that for you. Hair collector training, this is actually a video, and we'll be updating some of these so it actually says video beside it, just so that you'll know at a glance that that's what that is. But just to give you examples, you can see it. There's the video right there. That's from USDTL. And we have ones for other labs as well, as far as their hair collection training videos, because every lab's a little different in certain things. So we try to put as many different ones as we come across, or we create them ourselves. So if we don't have one, we'll work to create that internally for you so you can have some assistance with that. Oral fluid collector training, hair specimen collections, you can see that. Like sample collection affidavit. So another one where there's actually a document that you can just simply click here and download, and you can fill in. If there's different variations that you might want on something, you will be able to request that. I'm going to go over that in just a little bit. But you see how many different ones we have here. We have body hair versus head hair, shy bladder referral logs, which we've looked up earlier, the collector form, those kind of things. We can go over here to our forms, documents, and flowcharts. Notice we have a different one that says templates. Those will probably be combined with this one, I would imagine. And then afterwards, we'll actually have a little bit of a indication of what it is. So it'll say form or template or flowchart after it. That way, it'll be easy for you to track that down. So we have a sample testing, alcohol testing form, acknowledgement forms, previous employer release of information. For different ones, obviously with FMCSA, some things have changed on how that works, but for the other modes, you still need that previous employer checks, sample agreements. And you'll see at the bottom of each page, you can go through multiple pages. That's why Joe mentioned earlier how important that search function is. So you can search within a category, or you can just search the entire knowledge base with that. So we have multiple pages in quite a few of these right there. Here's one on DOT testing. So we have copies of the custody and control forms. We have some analysis of the differences between them, what to look for, examples of the collector instructions, drug and alcohol brochure. Some of these are directly from the DOT website. We put a few of those in here just simply for ease of access, because sometimes finding things is a little hard. So anything that we find that we feel is going to be beneficial, we're going to add that into here. Reasonable suspicion determination chart and form. So again, you can see that what that looks like right there in a page that you can download. And there's a couple of different versions of this. You'll see some content will be as a PDF like you see here. Others will be actually on the page. And here's an example of a random testing notification form. So again, you have everything right there that you can just simply use. So if your customer says, hey, how do we notify somebody? How do we document that we've actually notified them? Well, there you go. And any of these resources, you can brand to yourself if you want to edit them and throw a logo on there or something like that. Anything that we put on here for you, you're welcome to do that. You just can't claim copyright, but you can actually alter it and use it for your own use. You just can't resell it, anything like that. But we do make it where you can add your own information to it. And we keep everything unbranded, as you see. That way you're not promoting anybody else. And we have another page of things right there, like the What If I Refuse poster, helps you determine refusals. Again, that's valuable to provide to your employer clients.
Hey,
okay.
Tom,
Yep.
I know we're going to want to save time for questions. I don't think we're going to have time to go through every category, but let's
Yep.
pick a few that it might be definitely worthwhile taking a look at. I think the sales and marketing is going to be very valuable for folks as one to take a look at there.
Yeah, there's two or three categories I want to hit there. I was just giving a couple of previews there. So the sales and marketing, you can see we've got 2 pages of flyers here, editable flyers and collateral. So here's some different ones. Again, like I said, some of these articles have multiple documents on there. We will separate some of these out. Some of them are promotional. Some of them are ones you can use for your business. Let me go through a couple here. How to write a successful news release. That's a whole white paper on that. How to write a news release about your business. You got certified, somebody new got trained. How do you get PR for it? Some marketing content that you can use for your program that you're trying to market out to. A sample brochure, sales letters and follow-up email templates. So these are actually ones you can actually copy. Just give you a quick preview there. So you got some sample letters, things to write in there, sample emails, actual verbiage that you can use and just change it to your company name, your company email, all that kind of stuff. So these are very powerful tools because you're not having to create them yourself, and you're going to have things that are going to get you more effective responses. This is something we work very hard on. We've been doing for a long time. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is writing poor emails or not following up properly. So that's a great tool that we've added for that. Let's see, how to get appointments and meetings, some basics as far as that, how to actually get appointments with people you're trying to pitch your business to. Drug testing for 15 critical steps to marketing. This is a really good tool. This is something Joe just added. This is something that every business should do. So if you haven't done these, this right here would be worth your membership right there, just to go through and make sure you've done these. It will pay for itself if you follow the process there. So then you've got a complete report on starting a drug testing business you can also download. So within each one of these articles, you have a lot of other information you can access as well. All right, so you've seen there's quite a few things in the sales and marketing. We're adding a lot to that each week as well. So the other one was the sales videos. I'm going to just pop that in really quick. So this is some sales basics videos. We do have quite a few more that are having to be uploaded still. These are 3 different ones, part 1, 2, and 3. Very worthwhile to go through and take a look at those. The other one I'm going to go through too is editable forms and templates, and I'm going to come back to helpful links and software. I think those are a couple of key ones. All right, so editable templates, authorization for services template. This is one you can use if you're having to send people out to other collection site locations, or you have a customer that you want to fill out the information they can provide to you when they come to do the collection. Billing protocols, sample DOT service agreements, templates to be able to provide your certificate of compliance for the random program. Joe mentioned how important the random program is earlier, but creating your own templates, why do that when you can simply just take one of these and go in, here's your template, and we do different versions of these as well. These are all editable. You click on it, you just change your logo, put in your signature, and save, and you're done. So there's a lot of different options to do that very, very quickly without having to create it on your own. Let's see here. Sample service agreements, which you're required to have if you're doing DOT regulated testing or you have employers that are regulated by DOT. You have to have a service agreement with them. So sample for that. Sample training certificates. You can see some of the other ones right there as well. A lot of consortium certificates too. And then we've got sales and productivity tools. So got client relationship management software, results reporting software, and productivity and online tools. So each one of these has some multiple things under those. Somebody had asked about CRM earlier. So here's some different client relationship management systems. We even share things, what do we use? What have we used in the past? Some of those kind of what they're best for. I did my best to put that in there because everybody's going to have slightly different needs on that. So here's some different CRMs that you might be looking at. And again, if you have the gold member package and you're looking to discuss what systems to put in for your business, you can take 1 month and go through that and get that done. And then we have some other productivity and online tools. Again, quite a few different things in here, from CRMs to webcams to document sharing to password management, phone systems, operational kind of things, resources for your marketing. If you're sending out emails, how to best test your email subject lines. So anything I can think of that would be beneficial to you, save you time, save you effort, get a better return on the work that you're doing, I'll add into these as we go through that. And then the last one was, where'd my helpful links go? I guess it would be in alphabetical order right there. And then some just different helpful links, agency blogs, industry blogs, SAP resources, drug testing laws at a glance, very good tool right here where you can get an overview of whatever the laws are for the certain states. We work to update that. Obviously, those change regularly. There's case decisions, new regulations that come out, and we update them as we can. But it's a good starting point, and it gives you a link to the actual laws to be able to find them in case you need answers for your customers. State laws at a glance. Remember, these are subject to change. You got to pay attention to that. There's also a link to one of these, I believe, is actually the marijuana state laws. I think that might need to be changed. The marijuana state laws. So there's separate things with that, especially these days, ever changing every day. We have a whole section on that as well. All right. Any other categories you want me to hit on, Joe, or anybody that's listening wanted me to hit on just to let you take a look at that?
Tom, let's go to I guess be training and consulting.
Sure.
Yeah, there's lots of ways that you can. This is training and consulting for you, but what I really wanted to talk about is training that you can offer to your clients, whether it be, and there's different ways to deliver training to your clients. Okay, so one of them is that you do live training for your clients. Well, you have to become the subject matter expert on that subject to do that training, but it's not hard to do, and you can learn how to do it, whether it be supervisor training or DER training, and you can generate money. You could do a training course as a marketing activity, get all the companies in town to come to a meeting room and give them a training for 20 bucks a head. You're really marketing your business. So that's one way to do it. And I wanted to offer everybody here that's on the webinar, if you send me an email after the webinar, joe@nationaldrugscreening.com, and include your address, I have published a book on reasonable suspicion training that gives you everything you would need to put together your own reasonable suspicion live training. I will send you a copy of that book complimentary if you send me an email with your address after this webinar. The other thing is we have, as Tom mentioned, the My Drug Test Training portal where you can purchase online trainings and then resell them to your customer. So if you took a look at the supervisor training and you went to the volume discounts, you would see you could buy 2 to 4 trainings for $47.20 and 5 to 9 trainings for $41.30 per training. You could sell them for $59. You could sell them for $69. You really could sell them for whatever amount you want to. Once you buy these trainings, you become a manager in this system, You sell them, you collect the money, and then you issue the trainings to your client. They self-generate a certificate, so it's a quick sale. You've got your money. You made 10 or 20 bucks per training, and it can add up over time. So you have access to these trainings. And then the third way is, you could put on your own webinar. Okay, so we can work with you on that too. If you wanted to put on a webinar for your clients, if you have the gold membership, we can help you with that. We could take an hour for your coaching and actually do a webinar for you for your clients, or if you wanted to save up 2 months worth of that 1 hour. I do a lot of time. We do white label webinars where I come on and do a webinar for all the clients for XYZ TPA or ABC background check company. It's very effective, and it's a great value to your clients. So just wanted to point out that training products can add revenue as well as the policies that Tom went over.
Yeah, great points on that, Joe. And the cool thing about the training that Joe mentioned with the on-demand training is it's all done. So really, once they pay you, you collect the money, you go in and put their email address in. It's all automated. They can start, stop, go through and finish. You can track their progress. If the employer calls up and says, "Hey, did so and so complete it?" You can go in and look at it, but you don't have to do anything with it. So it's really just in your pocket dollars right there without any extra work on it, which is a great feature there. All right, so I'm going to go back over here just
real quick, Tom. I just wanted to congratulate Luke Wright from Avcor. He's already signed up for the basic level membership, so he must have been impressed already. So we thank you, Luke, for signing up. Luke from Avcor, who's also a veteran, so we thank you for your service.
Absolutely right. I have a quick question here. We're able to pay for do different levels. Let me determine which level works for us. Absolutely, you can always upgrade. So if you want to upgrade between levels, you can definitely do that. You have actually my account, which I'm going to show a couple more things here to wrap things up before we take some live questions. So if you go in and you join at the very basic membership level, the annual, and you decide, hey, we want to try to do the consulting. There's no long-term commitment. It's not something that you're committing to a year or 2 years or 6 months or any of that kind of stuff. We don't play those kind of games. So if you decide that you want to upgrade and you think it's going to be beneficial to you, you're welcome to go ahead and do that. You can just go to your My Account and you'll have your subscriptions here. This is obviously my subscription right there. So you can see it right there. You can see payments, and you'll have some options. You'll have different options than I do, obviously, as an admin here. But you'll be able to update, and you can always reach out to us if you want to upgrade, downgrade, or anything like that. So absolutely can do that. And one of the things is this portal has a lot of information that we believe has been valuable that other people have come to us and said, hey, we would like to have this accessible, but we don't know everything that you might want, and we may not have everything on here just yet. So if you go to search for something and you have trouble finding it, or you find it but you need more of it, you need more information, more in depth or more specifics, you can simply go up here to request content, and this is going to prioritize what we're doing because we're regularly adding content. Like I said, I added about 3 hours of video and probably 3 or 4 articles today. We add 3 to 5 things a week total, about on average. But this is going to get it prioritized if we can do that, and it's something that applies to everybody. So you simply click on the request content. You can go and put your name and email address. That way we can notify you directly because you've requested it. We want you to be sure to get that information. Let us know what we need to add. If there's a web link that you want us to look at to add information related to that, what kind of category you believe it fits under. That way you can more easily find it. And then, of course, any additional information, keywords that you want to be able to search for to be able to locate that information. Basically, you can put anything in this. This is going to come to myself and Joe. We look at this immediately when it comes through, and we prioritize it in a queue based on, how important it is to get that done. And so it's a great, easy way to do that. And we have 100% tracking on being able to do that. So a great tool that you can actually have the knowledge base grow based on what your specific needs are. And we do that to the best of our ability. So with that, I hope you have found today's information beneficial to let you see what the possibilities are. It really comes down to you. If you want some help growing your business, we would love to do that. We really enjoy doing that. I know Joe's helped hundreds of companies start and grow drug testing businesses. I've been working with them for quite a few years as well, with both Joe and with National Drug Screening, Joe Reilly and Associates, as well as speaking at conferences all over the country. And we've taken all of that knowledge, all of that experience, and tried to put it into key things that are going to help you grow your business the most effectively. Because doing it all yourself is really a challenge. I've been there and done that. Joe started businesses in the past. I've built companies in the past. And I remember back to my first one when it was me, myself, and I, and none of us knew any more than the other. And without help, I never would be where I am now. And I've learned that the more you learn, the more you tap into other people's knowledge and expertise, the more things you can have done for you ready to go, and you can just apply them in your business, the much happier, more successful, and more efficient you're going to be at running your business. So hopefully this has been beneficial, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up to questions now, if that's all right with you, Joe. And if anybody wants to ask any questions, they're more than welcome to. However we can help you, we're happy to do that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Tom's going to unmute the lines, but if you're not asking a question, if you can self-mute. But if you have a question, just go ahead and state your name and speak up with the question. Um, Again, knowledge is power. And, growing your business is about you becoming more knowledgeable, becoming an expert, becoming the subject matter expert in certain areas of running your business. I can guarantee you that if you take advantage of the phrase knowledge is power, you're going to be 3 steps ahead of your competition. And there's a lot of people in the drug testing industry that don't know what they're doing. I congratulate those that are on this webinar because just by being here today, you've expressed a commitment to learning and growing. And if you take advantage of any one of these membership opportunities, it's going to be of great value to you. And we're going to want to help you as much as possible. It's been my passion for many, many years to help entrepreneurs and people grow their business. Um, we have always at National Drug Screening and Joe Reilly and Associates Consulting been an open book. We share our knowledge. We want to help people. People have asked us to put something like this together. They didn't know how to put it together or what to put it together, but they said, put something together, give me some service. I've had informal relationships with folks over the years. With a monthly retainer or a one-time fee to help them. This kind of puts it all into one big package, and it gives you a lot of tools that some you might need today, some you may not need till next month or next year. So with that,
Yep.
I think we have one question still in the questions box about, well, a couple here um, from Prarinka. If you're currently using mydrugtesttraining.com, that doesn't really change. You're currently taking advantage. You might notice in your when you log in to mydrugtesttraining.com, we actually did increase just recently the discounts that you can get when you want to buy more trainings. So the more you buy, the bigger the discount you get. But so if you're currently using mydrugtesttraining.com, you can continue to use it. And if you want to get on one of these memberships, you can do that also. Um, Another question, can you show me some resources around the i3 system? Yeah, Tom can bring it up real quick. If you're already using the i3 screen system, you'll see some familiarity. If you're not already using it, you can contact them for a demo and a proposal. But we use the system for 8+ years. We learned a lot and we documented a lot, and that's kind of what you'll have here in what, how many pages there? 9 pages of articles. So there's a lot of information that we offer you there.
And a lot of those are videos. So a lot of these are, we have a lot of how-to guides, but a lot of these are actual videos that walk you through every step of the process. So there's probably 50 or so, 60 videos in here, in addition to the additional handouts like these. So you see there's 3 pages right there just in that one alone that's downloadable as well. So it makes it really, really nice. We've got a lot of information on the i3 system there. And we'll have some other ones coming as well down the road here. All right.
Yeah. So
And
if
I'm not sure.
anybody's got any other questions, you can definitely pop it into the question box, or if you want to speak up, we're happy to hear your question verbally also.
All right. It looks like Joe. Joe, I think you're unmuted. Joe Hill, if you want to ask something.
Yeah, hi, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's great information. My name is Joel Hill. I'm the CEO of Kemet Group, KEMITGROUP.com. We've been affiliated with the background screening industry since 2016. I came in on the Background Screeners of America. I don't know if you're familiar with that program. So about 2 years ago, during the pandemic, I started using one of the products that you mentioned to automate your business, which is Zoho. And I want to tell you that has completely transformed my business from basically a brick and mortar to completely online. So I've been able to automate my workflows. So I can't speak enough about integrating some sort of model system into your into your business, because you can't, you can't scale. You can't scale while working on your business, as you mentioned. You can't work in the business while working on the business, and so we can't, do it all. But the Zoho platform, I think, is probably one of the best. I spent 2 years researching it. It's the cheapest and most affordable. I'd recommend it to any background screening company.
All right, sounds good, Joe. Appreciate it. Did you have any other questions here, or just the kind of the comment? Because we believe in automation and.
No, I'd love to work with you. If anybody wants to capitalize off of my several years of experience with this platform, I'll be happy to discuss it with them.
All right. Yeah, automation is very important. A lot of things we do are going to help you do that, and that's what a lot of these tools and resources for. So thank you for that. We've also got a question from, it looks like from Lena. Let me see if I can unmute you there. You may have to unmute yourself.
Hello. Hey, Tom. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you. I'm glad you made it home.
Good. So thank you for your time today. It's a grateful information. So I have 3 questions. My first question is about the basic membership. So I would like to know if the basic membership includes a temple, because I have clients, they would like to start training with me. So if I would like to do like certification for them, is that included on the basic one?
Can you clarify that for just a second? Which part are you asking if it's included?
I'm asking about the silver plan. Does it include the temple, the basic temple, like the emails, the certification part, if I would like to certify anyone under my company?
Yeah, so you're talking about for the training, like for the templates under that plan?
Correct.
Yes, those are included in that. Access to the on-demand training, access to all the editable templates, the forms. You have access to all of those things that we saw today. Yeah.
Okay, and how about the $200 year plan? So does that include this service as well? Because I'm interested on it, because I think 200 is affordable for a year, since they just opened my doors.
Right. So the 200 includes the templates and the training and the knowledge base. The $100 a month at the silver, that includes the ability to call in and get support for your collection issues, things like that. And that includes some additional discounts on other trainings that we offer. But to have access to the templates, the on-demand training that you can provide to your customers directly and sell to them, the policies that you can sell to your customer, that's all included in all 3 memberships. So you're good to go there.
Okay, fantastic. Sounds great. So my other question is, if as a TBA, I would like to send invoice for my client. So how can I do it? What is I'm just trying to figure out, let's say if I would like to purchase training through your website, how can I send their invoice?
Okay, so you're asking how you can invoice your customer and get paid from them?
Correct.
Okay, got it. Yeah, so our system is going to be separate from any kind of billing for your customers. So you have a variety of options. And again, setting something like that up could be part of, the consulting. And by the way, the monthly consulting, just so I can mention that out, even if you're not doing the 450 package, you can still purchase like a 2-hour consulting package independently, by the way. Just throwing that out there. So if you want to discuss more details, we can do that individually. But to answer your question, you have a couple of different ways. You can set up your own credit card account. You could use PayPal. There's a program called Stripe. There's another one called Square. So there's a lot of different ways that you can actually collect payments. You can even have them send you a check, or they can use one of the payment gateways that's out there through your bank. So you can do that a variety of ways. That's not, there's no billing system as part of this. But when you do get paid, you would just be able to go in and directly purchase the training and then be able to assign it to your customer. So there's several different ways. You can use QuickBooks, like your accounting system, and you can send invoices from there. You just need to have a credit card processor set up. So you would just do that on your own, however your company's set up. And then when you do get that paid, you would just go to the website and you could purchase it directly there and then assign it to your customers.
Awesome. My third question is, I have seen that on the website you guys offer the DNA testing, and that's something I would be interesting to add to my TPA. My question is, how can I get set up for a DNA testing? Do I have to contact, I'm not sure, like, if I have to
Sure.
contact Omega, or which lab should I contact?
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
jump in, Tom. Let
Yeah,
me
go ahead,
jump
Joe.
in there. So, Lena, if you remember when we did your startup business consulting,
Mm-hmm.
we provided a big spreadsheet that had a bunch of tabs on them, and one of those tabs was for vendors. Um, and there's a DNA testing lab vendor on there, and if you can't locate it, just email me, and I'll send you his name and email and phone number. Um, and he can set you up with the DNA testing, tell you how it works. He's the lab. They can provide additional training. It's a pretty simple process. So you have the information, but if you can't locate it, just send me an email and I'll send it back to you.
All right.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for being on there. And we're going to go ahead and jump over to Bernice. She has a question there. Bernice Martinez. Did I get that pronounced right? Are you there? All right. Can you hear us? You may have to unmute there. Oh,
Tom, Bernice does have a question in the questions box. She was asking what
gotcha.
agency is the background screening gentleman from. I believe he said he's from his own background screening company.
Okay, got it.
ChemitGroup.com. So that's who he's with, Bernice, to answer your question.
Excellent. All right. Does anyone else have any questions? We want to be respectful of your time. We have about 1 minute left here. And if there's anything else we can answer for you, we're happy to do that. And we'll go ahead and start wrapping up in the meantime. And if any questions pop up or I see any hands, then I'll jump in and answer those. All right. Well, thank you all for attending today. We hope you found it valuable. We hope you got your questions answered. We're always available to you. You can reach out to Joe or myself. I put our email addresses in the chat out to everyone. And of course, you can go straight to NDS admin. If you want to go ahead and try it out, you can do that. The membership levels are right here at the bottom. It's a very simple sign-up process to become a member. You get instant access and access to all of our tools. If you want to hear us talking about it a little bit more, there's also a video here. And you can always reach us through our contact at nationaldrugscreening.com on the contact form as well. So, Joe, anything else you want to say before we close it out for the day?
Just thanks all for attending. We really appreciate you joining us to learn a little bit. And, if you take advantage of this, I think you'll find it extremely valuable and worthwhile. I don't think you'd regret it. And we're here for you. And for those that we've already worked with, we thank you for your past business. And for those that we are going to work with moving forward, we definitely anticipate a great working relationship with you. So thank you again very much.
Absolutely. And thank you all for attending. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Tom. Great job.
Thank you.